Something I like to think about that I have learned from this class is how far media has come. Take the hidden camera show, what would you do? You could never do shit like that in the 50s. Imagine John Quinones walking up to the I Love Lucy cast and being like, on this episode, we're going to see how the cast reacts to a middle-aged white woman saying homophobic slurs. Lucy would smile and nod. Ricky would probably hit on the girl, and Fred would just join in. But I think in 2023, we've gone so far with media that we've like crossed boundaries. Anyone here have Yik Yak? Yeah. Perfect example. Going through Yik Yak is like going through the search history of a man that still lives in his mom's basement. Okay, it's either really sad shit or really specific porn titles. Every other post is contemplating life, or Libra man, ex-Gemini woman, finger in the butt and more. Now, every time I pass somebody on my dorm floor, I'm so tempted to be like, Gemini woman? Something that really freaks me out about Yik Yak is the proximity feature. It's actually why I deleted Yik Yak off my phone. I was just too scared of seeing a post that was like, just looking for 5'3", half Asian, half white, brown hair, hazel eyes, Capricorn, to complete my zodiac/ethnic sex collection. And the proximity is like, behind you, smelling your hair. Which, if you thought I was joking about the zodiac sex collection, I'm not. Somebody's actually doing that. Kudos, I guess. But people actually try to get hookups off of Yik Yak. Like, you know that shit is anonymous, right? You could be hooking up with the ugliest Libra man in school and have you learn nothing about internet safety. And we're the adults now. One anonymous you up to the wrong person, and you've landed your ass on To Catch a Predator. Okay. I love that show. I really do love To Catch a Predator. The predators are always so fucking stupid. Like, firstly they come in, they talk to the stage actress, and then Chris Hansen walks out, and he does his Chris Hansen thing where he's like, hello. I'm Chris Hansen, take a seat. They're already sitting. And then the predator is always like, I knew this was gonna happen. Did you? Why did you come? And then, you know, because they're gross, they always bring beer and condoms, and it's already out on the table for some reason. And Chris is like, were you planning on having sex with a minor tonight? And they're like, no. Who'd you bring that for then? Chris? That show should have never gotten canceled, but it did inspire me to start my own hidden camera trap show called To Catch a Yacker, where I just go around and expose you guys all anonymously so I can match your faces up to your disgusting ass posts that you love to do. And I'm gonna figure out who Purple Teddy Bear is. But yeah, if you want to consult with me on this project, I'll be in History of Film Part 2, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9, very back row, very back row. Wake me up if you need me.
Wow. Everyone is so great. Truthfully, guys, when I talk about this club, I wholeheartedly do. When I talk about how wonderful and fantastic and passionate it is. I'm not kidding. Give it over to everyone that we have to learn today. And moving on to our next comedian, I'm going to call him up to the stage. I love him a lot. Sam!
So, I recently found out that my grandma was a hooker. Which is hard, you know, like any grandchild. You can't even picture your grandma in hooker format, you know, you always see her in grandma format. And the thing is a good thing. I don't really need the extra trauma if you're asking me. But, you know, it's hard to picture my grandma throwing ass in the street, because last thing I see her throw was like goddamn Wii remote into the fucking ceiling. I mean, the strap is there for a reason, use it. I don't know. You know, and it's crazy to think she was getting like sloppy toppy or something. I want to see her suck a piece of hard candy from the bottom of her purse. Like, I don't know. And, you know, oftentimes she was leaving me at school. I couldn't figure out why she was leaving me at school. Maybe she had a sneaky link. I don't know. But, I would call her in 6th grade, wondering where she was, be like, Grandma, where are you? Well, I'm at the casino. And she turned her strippers ones into big wings. I mean, can I be mad at her for the hustle? Probably not. But it was unfortunate when my cousin had to pick me up with all 4 of her kids and had to get in her committee van, stepping over McDonald's and diapers and all that other shit. My grandma was, I don't know, sucking dick, I guess. She also had no teeth, which I think is from sucking dick. So I gave it up. I said I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna join in on that. No, but my grandma and my grandfather have been together for 54 years. And I kept thinking, why would he putting up with all that? Putting up with the sneaking around and all this other stuff. And then I look at my grandfather. He wears sunglasses indoors, smokes a lot of cigarettes, walks like this. Motherfucker was the pimp! He was the pimp! I should have seen all the things. All of these little fur and a little stick to go with it is right there. I mean, he says it lives from arthritis. Yeah, right, Grandpa. I know the truth. So all I would say is, you see me in the club shaking my ass at Moonies, back to my granny.
My grandma should hang out. I want to call up our next comedian, someone who's very, very near and dear to my heart. Borsari! Hey guys, thanks for staying. That was crazy. I'm sorry. I know you guys all came here tonight to see me jump a tank of sharks, but they all had really busy filming schedules with Shark Week this week, so they couldn't make it. I promise I'll let you see a rabid beast consume me some other time next week. It's fine. I have more pressing things to talk about. I think that we as a society should focus all our energy into re-stigmatizing the conversation about mental health. And before you start throwing tomatoes at me, it's not because I think that it's bad or that it's shameful, because it's not. I just am so sick and tired of hearing everybody stand up about their goddamn therapy appointments. You're already doing stand-up. We know you're in therapy. If CVS just made a little display of tiny black notebooks next to the Lexapro counter, they'd make a fucking killing. It's like they could just cut out the middleman and therapists could just hand you a microphone and be like, go out and prosper. It's lazy, okay? That's my qualm. It's like, okay, you already need an emotional crutch and now you need a writing crutch too. Pick a struggle. Anyway, my therapist says that this is a manifestation of my own self-hatred. I'm just kidding, I don't have a therapist. I'll never get help. I don't know, I've been committing a lot of energy to thinking about the fact that I, as a Gen Z woman, will never own a home. I mean, no one in my generation will. And I'd love to be able to blame, the boomers, or the wage gap, or that housing market. But we all know that the real culprit is crystals. I know that the tiny rock is what stands between me and my college education, but the rock is shiny and my degree is not. I'm just saying, why would I care about, saving my money or working really hard when I could just manifest wealth? Duh. I used to, listen to stories of, prospectors finding fool's gold and they'd all be cheering and I'd be like, you stupid. That's not real gold, idiot. But I am very smart when I put my fool's gold in the window to charge in the moonlight. As far as I'm concerned, the only difference between me and a prospector is that I get to listen to Fleetwood Mac while I kiss my rocks. I think that me and a prospector have the same amount of gems, gusto, and teeth. And that's all I'll say on that. I guess this whole rant is a non-issue because I don't even know what I would do with money if I had it. This is why I would never go through the process of trying to be a sugar baby. Because am I really gonna suck some guy off for a movie quality lightsaber? No. And then he'd be like, oh my god, let's pull it out in the bedroom, let's spice things up. And I'd be like, that's display only. Sorry. I just think that it's people think that's what women want, but I know what women do want, and I think the government should know too. Because people say that women are complicated, but they're not. They only want one thing, and that is to be a mermaid. If the government subsidized mermaid tails and a seashell bra for every woman in the United States, we would be at peace. The suffrage movement would have been dead in the water. The sexual revolution would have gone off the deep end. Ruth Bader Ginsburg would have been too busy sunbathing on a giant rock to do anything. I don't know why we're marching when we could be swimming. I know that I'm an enemy of progress, but it just feels like we'd be happier this way. I know I'm coming off terribly with all of these opinions, but we'll start with a fun fact about me. I plan on having 18 children. I know a lot of people my age are like, I'm not gonna have children because it's unethical because of our deteriorating planet. Okay, liberal. Like, I know the apocalypse is coming. I'm not stupid. That's why I'm going to have 18 kids, and I'm going to train them to be my mighty army. And also, 18 is enough for 2 baseball teams. The plan is simple. To begin the righteous order of the Borsari. That's my last name. That's my last name. First step, find a nice fella. Then we're going to move to a farm upstate and begin the generation of new warriors. At the baby shower, please no toys, weapons only, preferably steel. I will accept canned goods, preferably beans. I mean, like, I'm gonna take my children and we're gonna I'm going to allow them to read and write only so that they can preserve my righteous legacy. And like, yeah, oh my god, movie night, do you wanna watch Mad Max 1 or Mad Max 2? We can watch The Hunger Games so you can see what happens if you ever, like, go against your almighty overlord. I mean, your doting mother. Like, all I'm saying is, whoop. All I'm saying is people are fucking guys like Elon Musk so that they can secure the bag, but I'm doing it to secure the bunker. People are always like, oh man, Gen Z, I hate those guys. Wait till you hear about Gen C. That's gonna be Generation Cannibal. And they're all gonna be my children. I don't know who I think I am. Like, do I really think that my, like, Italian ass, Crystal Bayan ass, like, what else am I? Prone to heart disease ass, the foundation of the next generation of the world? No. But I also know that I'm the only one who's brave enough to make this choice, and also I'm not really working on pursuing anything worthwhile like being a mermaid, so I might as well. Thank you!
You heard it here first, folks. Hashtag subsidize mermaid tales. All right, I have another comedian coming up. Let's give it up for Connor!
So, hello everyone. Like a lot of us, I'm looking for internships and things, and I'm thinking a lot about my career prospects recently, and I've done a lot of reevaluation. And I've decided that when I grow up, I want to be a nepotism baby. Everyone's talking about like Zoe Kravitz, Maya Hawke, O.J. Simpson Jr. It's really just something to aspire to, really. I mean, if you don't know what a nepotism baby is, it's like when you were on the soccer team and the star kicker is the coach's child. It's just like that, except, with cocaine or something. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be a nepotism baby because, no matter what, even if I don't have the best relationship with my parents, at least I have an agent. I think the ultimate version of a nepotism baby is when your name's Junior. Like, you couldn't even be bothered to get your own name. You're just taking it from your parents. I mean, I think the even worse thing is like when you have like second or third in your name. It really just sounds like you're telling me how many times your interest is compounded each month. Every time a person who has like a third in their name in a movie, it's always like, ooh, Gregory, Bartholomew, Alvin the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel. I really don't approve of it. I think what we really need to be aware of is all the nepotism babies with weird fortunes. I remember one time I was on a trip to Cape Cod and we were taking this boat tour, and the captain was telling us about all these things, and we were like, you see that castle over there? That's the guy that invented styrofoam cups. and then I'm like, oh wow, cool. And then he's like, oh, you see that guy over there? That's the kid of the guy who invented red Solo cups. He and the styrofoam guy have beef. Oh, wow. And he said, the red Solo cup guy is single. I said, oh wow. And also bisexual. And I said, oh wow. You know, I really just like, scratch the plans to be an nepotism baby. I think it should just be a sugar baby. You know, like they really don't let you marry into wealthy families and then murder your way down the family line like they used to. You know, like they used to be really fun with it. And, like with Shakespearean like prophecies are always like, tongue of dog and bullfrog's eyes. The shoddy on Tinder, but the fatty will be your demise. You know, like I really want to see more women murdering their husbands again. I want more femme fatales. I want more flames on the side of my face. I need Megan Fox to murder MGK. I will defend her. I will fight for her. I would really just love to see all the journalism articles with Jennifer's body puns. I also feel bad for people who have weird inheritances. Like, I have this friend. They're a real person. They're a real person. They told me that their plans after school are, they're gonna work for their parents' mime troupe. Which is, first of all, the most Ithaca College theater major thing I've ever done in my entire fucking life. Second, I'm like, oh my god, so you have an invisible jet? Like, I really am just like, I can't imagine like what the will reading looks like. Is it just like, wait, like, is it just like, oh, gotta open the safe? Oh my god, the will is written in invisible ink. You know, I really can't think about like imagine having to be like, do you know who my father is? He invented DuPree. You know, like, it's really, really silly. I imagine that there's people out there who are like the heir to the whoopee cushion fortune. You know, I would really love to just be like, oh, if you think that's a deal. Right. You know, I was gonna make a joke about being a reverse nepotism baby, but that just means like people hate your parents so much that they refuse to hire you, which I'm really hoping is something that doesn't affect me personally. Every trust fund baby that I've met sounds like, actually, it's Frankenstein's monster. Dr. Frankenstein was my dad. You know, like he reanimated me, he gave me bullets in my neck, he gave me a huge green trust fund. The craziest thing I heard about recently is that nepotism can affect us even when you're dead. Because I recently found out that mausoleums are chiefly to separate the poor dead people from the rich dead people. And the craziest thing about mausoleums is that they rotate the bodies depending on who's the oldest and just get rid of the old one. Like, who decided that the same logic that applies to gas station hot dog carousels applies to human bodies? And dude, like, it gives rolling in your grave a whole new meaning. And what gets me is like, do the ghosts be like, oh, she's gone, you can't sit with us anymore. Anyways. Oh, I'm sorry, I think I'm being called to the mime wine cellar. Okay, I'm done, thank you.
All right, we've got 3 more comedians for you. I hope you can stick around and tough it up because they're really going to be worth it. I would like to call to the stage Jake Orloff.
Reddit. Reddit says I should start with some crowd work. You there in a hockey sweater? This is a sweatshirt. Yeah, right there. What's your name? Yeah, you. Yeah, what's your name?
Jackson.
Cool. I feel warmed up. That's good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. So I went to this new restaurant in Ithaca the other day. It's called Silo Food Truck. Have you guys heard of this? It just opened up. And I went because I won a raffle at IC Trivia Night this week. 3 coupons to a food truck, $5 each. I need to spend at least $15 to use 1 coupon. What a fucking prize! Seriously, they said, congratulations, your prize is spending money! The fuck? They said, you like trivia? You like being so smart, big boy? Here's a fucking coupon. You go to the man. I think they called him big boy. I think they called me big boy. Seriously. It was really loud in the room. They very much so could have called me big boy. I cannot be sure. It sounded like they said that. So I went to this new restaurant in Ithaca. And the other day, and the waiter goes like, hey y'all. I assume it's a fake accent because no one talks like that in Ithaca. She goes, hey y'all, have you dined with us before? Yeah, she says, have you dined with us before? Do you know how this works? I want to guess, like every other fucking restaurant. I don't know. You hand me a ream of paper, I point at what I want to eat, and I still tip 25% even though you spat in my yerba mate. Like, I think that's how it goes. Like, what would I possibly need to know that I wouldn't have already gleaned in the past 21 years of living? Like, welcome to Femboy Hooters. You should know that these are fake. And we're closed on Shabbos. Welcome to Olive Garden. Oh, welcome to Olive Garden. To receive your tortellini, you must answer my riddles 3. That's the Olive Garden troll. You would know that if you've been there. That's very famous Olive Garden troll. They're always like, g'day, welcome to Outback Steakhouse. Have you dined with us before? Okay, so you already know about the conspiracy about trafficked children in our basement? Yeah. My local Outback Steakhouse was the center of a conspiracy this year that they sold babies to Democrats. Yeah, that's true. And they got grilled on Twitter. So, do you know what they did in response? I can't believe this. Like, a normal corporation would probably just send out lawyers, like a press statement, be like, we do not have babies in our basement. Definitely do not sell them to Democrats. They tweeted, plot twist. They tweeted that and a picture of a giant fucking bloomin' onion on a map of the U.S. What the fuck? What? That's amazing! How zany is that? I'm not saying they're guilty or that they did that, but like, zaniness should work in a court of law, right? Maybe Alex Murdoch would have gotten off with that if he had presented like an annoying orange video and captioned it like, tee-hee. Alex, that is so quirky and relatable. You are not guilty. I don't know why that judge was Obama. Let's see here. You there, in the black hoodie. What's your name?
James.
James. And how did you celebrate Black History Month? Caller? Whoa! Racist! Whoa! Alright, look. We got, remind me your name?
James.
James? Alright, so James, you can find him in the parking lot after this show. You can punch him. He responds to racist James. So, watch your back. Everyone knows it now. Close my page in old fashioned. So I don't understand casual racism as a term. Too many people think that being a dick is a pastime. How can you be casually racist? Hey Frederick, me and the boys were thinking about, binging some Doctor Who, watch the Nets game maybe, and being transphobic on LinkedIn. I think this all started with like people watching, right? I I think, like, why did you all let that slip by? Who the fuck said that people watching is reasonable now? You're not watching people, you're people watching. You know, it's such a fake hobby to disguise something that's much more sinister. Like, yeah, like, I like the people watch, and then sometimes I'll people chase. If I'm lucky, I'll people touch. People fondle. Oh, someone here is very upset about that. I think it could work, like, Your Honor, he violently slaughtered this man. No, dude, manslaughter. See, I flipped the words around, so it's cool. Yeah, that is very cool, but it's not so bad. Not guilty. I don't know why that judge is still Obama. He is, and you have to get used to it now. That's just who he is. My mom, I think she came out to me the other day. I'm not sure. I need your help deciphering this. We were sitting in silence for 15 to 20 minutes in her Subaru Outback, and she says, without looking, she's driving, without looking away from the road, she goes, "Jake, what would you do if I liked girls?" And this was big, huge. I mean, my mom has been like pretty Republican, I'd say, for most of my life. And I've tried relentlessly to get her to become more accepting of the world. And I said, "Mom, I would love you no matter what." And she looks into my eyes, and we have like a real soul moment. And she goes, "Good, because I'm not." And she just stops and just, yeah. And she speeds off and just blasts Alejandro by Lady Gaga. See, I kind of hope she is gay though, because, like, I hope that she'd find a beautiful girlfriend like Chelsea, who loves her and respects her. And when my fresh-faced lesbian mom decides to go down on Chelsea, oh my God, they're in love, okay? You gotta get a hold of yourself. You know what year it is? You sound like my mom 5 years ago. My mom would decide to go down on Chelsea, which no one in this room has a problem with because they love each other. And Chelsea will stop her and she'll say, "Wait, babe, before you go down on me, have you dined with us before?" Thank you, everyone.
Saying about moms is a running theme. I know we've had some bits about therapy, just something to think about. Right, we've got 2 more. Really excited. Then we're gonna give away our restaurant tickets. Yeah. All right, 2 more folks left. Gonna call one of them Kendal.
Hey, so first and foremost, I just want to apologize to anyone who came here expecting to see me guest star on Call Her Daddy. But if you came here thinking that a 19-year-old male-identifying person was going to guest star on that, I think you lied to yourself. That's on you, and I don't feel bad. And a little backstory on that photo right there, because I don't even know what Call Her Daddy is. I was sitting down in a stand-up club, and this weirdo over here runs up on me, puts those headphones on me, and says, "Stand still." She could have done that. Picture could have been for anything. She could have really done anything with it, but since it was Black History Month, if she did do something bad, I would have called her racist. The theme of live stuff goes with my set, but we're gonna get there. You know what I mean? Over break, something straight disheartening happened to me. Something really sad happened. After a long night of gaming, playing Candy Crush, 'cause that's what real gamers do play. I went upstairs to make myself an omelet, and one of the eggs was a hard-boiled egg. Now, this was my villain origin story. All right, this was my 9/11. Yeah, it really cut me deeply. But honestly, though this hurt me so badly, I think this is representative of a greater issue in the African American community that we are just not talking about. And that is the bullshit that is in a fridge on any given moment. Okay, I can tell the answer to the crowd that many of you cannot relate to that. But if you ever find yourself in a black household, I implore you to go into their fridge and see what is in their butter container. Because I promise you, there is no butter in that bitch. Right? There's a 50% chance that it's pig intestine. And the other 50% is baked beans. Now, none of this would be that bad if people in the household didn't just lie. Like, go around and you ask, oh my God, what happened? How did this get in here? I was like, I don't know. Somebody had to do it. But honestly, I don't blame them. Because the other thing I found out over break is that I love to lie. I fucking love it. It's the shit. Don't laugh, I'm a bad person. It's my second favorite pastime, right behind hating. My favorite, I'll lie to anybody really, but my favorite group to lie to is white people. And it's for a plethora of reasons, but the two large ones is A, black people have been through enough. You know, we don't need to be lying to them, all right? And second of all, it's something notable. You get it? That's why we need more POC in the college, all right? But where was I? They're also notable, that's right. The other day, I was able to fool one of my Caucasian friends that a black man invented the Sharpie. I came up with a whole backstory and everything. I told him it was invented by a former slave of the name of Malcolm Sharp. Okay, I told him that Malcolm Sharp was a 12-year-old boy, and he came up with this invention so as though other former African American slaves could cross out the name of their former masters in their birth certificate. All right, I really have it. All the way up to the point where I told him that that boy grew up to be Reverend Al Sharp. That's when I lost him. Gaslighting, kicking me back from that point. But another little silly, goofy thing I like to do to the chalk people is I like to lie and say certain celebrities were black, and I bring it up in basic conversation. That's how you get it. You gotta bring it up in the most plain conversation. Like I'll be talking about music, and I'll be like, oh my God, my three favorite musicians of color: Tupac, Biggie, and Elvis Presley. I love them. And then of course there always be actually, Elvis Presley was white. But here's how you get it. All right, write this shit down. In order to take game grab, you gotta give a little bit, okay? And so what I do is like, oh no. You see, his great-great-grandfather was African American, and so why not tell me that? And so they look it up, and what they don't know is I've already edited the Wikipedia page. But like I've been saying, I just like to lie. I have this really funny idea to trick my grandkids and great-grandkids. When I hit around the age of about 50 or 60, I'm just gonna stop walking. I'm just gonna sit down, and I'm just not gonna get up for another like 40 years. And one day, when nobody else is in the house, and it's just me and little Gilbert, my great-great-grandchild, I'm just gonna get up and look him in the eye the whole time. Some of those things, I'm gonna get him right in his face and say, no one's going to believe you. Sit back down. I'm telling him to go get the baked beans from the fridge. Thank you.
That was silly. All right, we have just one more comedian left for you. You know that we love them, they're really great. And then right after they go, we're gonna finish off those tickets, send y'all home, everyone's gonna get home safely. All right? You guys ready for the last person? Woo! Give it up for Cormac Abbey!
Thank you for the introduction. I appreciate it. Oh, that's really right in your eyes. This is me stealing the moon. Yeah, thank you. Moon fans. Or lack thereof. Hey guys! Hi! I have an important question for all of you. Could a brave soldier out there tell me the weirdest or most embarrassing animated character they've ever been attracted to? Like preferably a childhood crush, like don't be shy. Please, yes.
Archibald the asparagus from VeggieTales.
What the fuck? What is that? Why?
I don't know. You're not alone.
God damn! Oh my god! It's like Dead Poet Society. You're all gonna get on the desk. I love that asparagus. What is wrong with you people? Comedy's about knowing your audience. I have no idea who you are. Good lord. Well, anyways, when I was first asked this question, I was in middle school. Like the question of, what fictional character are you attracted to? And I thought it was a prank or something. Like I thought that if I said yes, then someone would jump out of a bush and like beat the shit out of me like in a camera show. Oh god, I'm gonna turn that card every time. Just get ready for that. I thought it was like when kids try to tell you that if your hand was bigger than your face, you had cancer. That was fucked up, by the way. I told everyone I didn't believe that, for the record, but always in the back of my head, there was this creeping fear that I'd be at the doctor's office. And he'd be like, okay, I'm just gonna do your annual hands inspection. By God! Pamela, we have a code 37. And Pamela comes running in like, this wasn't in the training! I don't know why the doctor used military codes in my imagination at this event. Pamela, we have a code Desert Storm! Anyways, I was completely distrusting of this idea that someone could be attracted to a fictional character. And I never have experienced this before. I think that's why I was so confused. I still haven't. But in hindsight, maybe this is because I'm asexual. Oh, it's gonna be a gay set! Yay! We haven't had enough of those yet. And side note, a fun part of being asexual is that you quickly develop a very specific gaydar for other asexual people. Oh my god, I gotta get better at that. You can like smell the asexual pheromones on them. Most of the time you can just tell which hobby has directly replaced fucking. It's like, oh, you're really into painting figurines? Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's great. Like, there's just not enough time in one human life to both have sex and learn the Latin names of that many mushrooms. That's a real example, by the way. I'm not going to out one of my friends, but shut up. I gave this lengthy introduction to illustrate just how mortified I was when I heard someone say that they were attracted to the man in the yellow hat from Curious George. Who said that? Where are you people coming from? Oh my god. I didn't know there's so many of you out there. At first I didn't see it. Like, do you love a man in uniform? Like this specific uniform? What fucking occasion has he dressed up for? I learned the secret that makes him apparently irresistible over time. Anyone who's masculine presenting, take notes. Because a bitch loves a man that's married to the job. And that job is some insanely specific time commitment that cannot possibly return any financial or personal benefits. Nowadays, to keep up in this competitive market, you need to have some random fucking experiment you're conducting to be attractive. It's like, oh, you got a monkey to take care of at home? That's so interesting! You're so responsible. This is why I begun inventing ambiguous lies to make myself more attractive. Sorry, babe, I can't go to dinner tonight. I must dig the tunnel. Or like, I have to go create flubber. Big flubber fan. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you out like that. I've never felt so good about a joke. When the guys laugh, I'm like, This tendency to lie is becoming a dangerous combination paired with my inability to admit when I'm wrong. Like whenever one of my friends calls me out on something, I'll just plead the Mandela effect. I'm pretty sure in my universe his name is actually Ronald Dahl, not Roald Dahl, so that's just kind of a you issue. Now, I've always loved Curious George. Going back to that. I love Curious George because he is an icon for children with something undiagnosed. He perfectly captures the neurodivergent urge to both own a creature and also be a creature. However, I'm not sure how he glossed over the fact that the man in the yellow hat saw a monkey and was just like, yeah, I gotta have one of those. You're coming home with me, Buster. And that was fine? Like, that just happened? Like, what customs enforcement, officer lets an entire chip across the border? I'm imagining, anything to declare? No invasive fruits or plants, right? And the man in the yellow hat looks at him like this, knowing full well that George is shoved all the way up his ass. He's wiggling around and it's like, no, sir. That's some pre-9/11 shit right there. Back when you could smoke on planes and bring really large bottles of shampoo on there. Back when we had a country, goddammit. This Curious George discrepancy is one of those pop culture details nobody really likes to think about. For example, the mystery of how, Bowser actually lives in his own castle. Dude, I'm gonna say the least funny shit of all time, then you have to wait for 15 seconds. But how does he live in there? Think about it. How does that bitch get to the bedroom after a long day? The real estate agent was probably it's open concept. Damn right it is. It's like if Home Alone took place in an M.C. Escher painting. One misstep getting the midnight stack and Bowser is gonna be torn asunder by a fucking spiked mallet. I mean, how does he raise Bowser Jr. in there? This kid's gonna be teetering on the edge of the lava pit, but at least Bowser put plastic protectors on the power outlets. On a similar note, another pop culture realization I've had is, what the hell are the Who's doing in Whoville when it's not Christmas time? It's gotta be a booming Silk Road outpost ass economy for one day, and then for the rest of the year it's Detroit. What is the Whoville unemployment rate? I know the thingamajig and whatchamacallit industries are not sustainable. Jobless Who's are probably stuck in their apartments eating leftover roast beast from the holiday. That's their struggle meal. And I'm not dumb. I know there's something structural going on here. The Grinch definitely got redlined. He's cooped up there in the mountaintop surrounded by trash far away from the town square. There is something wrong. Yeesh. Or Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. He must be getting pretty old now. I always wondered what would happen when Wallace eventually passes away peacefully in his sleep. And Gromit doesn't know what's going on yet, so he pulls the lever and the morning contraption starts on. He's gonna be shimmied out of his bed and dumped into his suspenders. And then he automatically drops out at the kitchen table. The toast will pop up and a slingshot will cover it with jam and it'll fall perfectly onto Wallace's plate. And then there would just be this long and comfortable silence as Gromit looks up slowly from his newspaper and realizes what has happened. So anyways, going back to Curious George. We're going to circle back there. Sorry, that Wallace bit is a lot more grim now that I'm reading it back. It's insane to me that the man in the yellow hat never once regretted this decision to smuggle George up his ass over the border. He has this chimp, this foul beast romping around his apartment destroying shit. He's just like, this is my son. George will buy like 1,000 donuts on his credit card. He's like, this is a teachable moment. Since I relate to George so much, I wonder if he could be fixed in the same way I was. Can we make George take Adderall? Can he go to high school? Let's get that man to write an essay. Infinite monkeys with infinite typewriters have nothing on George with one Chromebook. He could become a distinguished journalist, and instead of dying to poaching like most monkeys trained by humans, he could be assassinated by the CIA. I can already see the headlines. Curious George gets too damn curious about the Panama Papers. That is my entire set. Thank you very much. I just did stand up, I'm not going to do a speech.
And that's the end. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. We really appreciated having you. This has been lovely. I love any opportunity